Hello everyone, it is I, Republic Studs, and welcome to the LEGO Star Wars, the Clone Wars Season 7 Wave. Hey everyone, so we are going to be getting into the entire Clone Wars Season 7 Wave, but before we do, I am going to ask you all to smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. It'll help me out a metric ton. And if you really enjoy this video and enjoy the content that I bring to you, then the like button would be an amazing thing for you just to absolutely destroy with your 501st Battle Pack. Just absolutely obliterate it, make it turn blue like the boys in blue. Now, let's get into it. Now, these are a variety of LEGO Star Wars sets from two major waves. That being the LEGO Star Wars 2020 Summer Sets and the 2021 Summer Sets. Now, in the first wave, obviously last year, we got some pretty amazing sets. We got the 501st Battle Pack. Now, this set retailed originally for $30 and now going for $24. It came with 6 minifigures, 2 of which being Battle Droids, 3 being 501st Legion Clone Troopers, and 1 being a 501st Jetpack Trooper. Then we also got this widely controversial AAT. Now, this came with an Ahsoka Clone Trooper, an Ahsoka minifigure, the first one in a while, as well as 2 Kashyyyk/Pilot Battle Droids, which was an interesting take. And those were the main ones we got last year. Now, the other ones we've gotten are the Mandalorian Starfighter, which came out this year, for $59.99, 3 minifigures, a Bo-Katan and a Gar Saxon, and a Mandalorian Loyalist, obviously a big deal. And then we got the Duel On Mandalore set, and that one was $20. It came with a new Darth Maul, and it came with the previous Ahsoka, which we got in the last set. And then finally, we have one which a lot of people, kind of are skeptical to call a Clone Wars Season 7 set, but I do, namely because you do get characters from Clone Wars Season 7, and I think the Bad Batch Shuttle does fit well into that theme, generally speaking. And we're going to get into all of my thoughts and some stuff that I feel is missing more later on in this video, but I want to discuss, what is the best value, which ones are great. We're going to take a small look at each of them. We also have reviews up for every single one of these sets on the channel. With that said, let's get into it. So if you want to buy every LEGO Star Wars The Clone Wars Season 7 set, including all of these, it is going to set you back $249.99, which is actually a decent value if you compare it to things like the Mos Eisley Cantina. You're getting around 22 minifigures. It's the same thing here. You're going to be getting 20 minifigures, which is a little less, for $100 less, which is really good. You are getting 2 Ahsokas, which is a little bit of a, not as exciting thing, but it's understandable. And then we're also getting 20 minifigures, pretty much every one of which is exclusive, minus the Battle Droids. Every other minifigure in here is exclusive, minus the version of the Battle Droids, which is great. And that is pretty insane. And we are also getting 10 Clone Troopers, the 5 of which are from the Battle Pack in AAT, and 5 of which are from the Bad Batch Shuttle. Now, I want to take a look at each of these individually, so we're going to be doing that right now. Let's go. So here is a look at all the box art for the Clone Wars Season 7 wave. I'm going to, take a better look at those all. I'll stack them up. I just thought this was a good angle. So you'll notice a consistent theme with these. Obviously, they all have that Ahsoka Clone Trooper at the corner, and most of them take place on or around Mandalore. Now, I'm not exactly sure where the AAT is taking place. I'm pretty sure that is on Anaxis, which is pretty great, and I'm pretty sure the 501st Battle Pack is on Anaxis as well. Obviously, the Bad Batch were on Anaxis, but since that one's mainly centered around the Bad Batch, which is basically Clone Wars Season 8, it's obviously on a different planet, which I'm still not 100% sure from the show what it is. And then the other 2 are on Mandalore. Obviously, these are the newer ones. The Mandalorian Starfighter and Duel On Mandalore set both take place on or above the planet of Mandalore, which is pretty great. Now I want to flip the boxes around. And it is the same kind of shtick, same planet, same everything. The thing with the Mandalorian Starfighter is, however, that it is on the Mandalorian docks, which is pretty great. Another great thing about these sets is the consistency with the side box art. The only real one being kind of weird is the throne room, because it does not actually have the throne on it. It just has the figures, which I'm kind of actually more in favor of them doing than the builds, but it still looks nice, and I'm really happy they are consistent with these side box designs. So the first LEGO Star Wars set of this entire Clone Wars wave to be revealed was the 501st Battle Pack. Obviously, after a increasing fan demand for a 501st Battle Pack, LEGO did come and make one. Obviously, people would have probably preferred it in the $15 style, but $30 It's still not bad. You are getting 4 minifigures and 2 battle droids, or 6 minifigures, however you'd like to put it, and 2 builds, which are all pretty great. Now, obviously, there was a lot of demand for 501st Troopers. This is based off of Clone Wars Season 7. 501st Troopers, you are getting a jetpack trooper, which took place mainly on the Battle of Urbana, which is pretty great, and I'm really happy we got those. We get the 3 troopers, we got the droids, which are great, and then you get this new design of Speeder, which was pretty good, and this AT-RT Walker. Now, a few notes that I'd like to leave on this set. It is great in terms of play features. It is one of the best valued LEGO Star Wars sets at a $30 price range, compared to almost any other $30 set now, from Trouble on Tatooine to really anything in the Armorer's Forge. And I think this is by far the best deal. You're getting a great builds. Generally speaking, you're getting fantastic figure selection. Some of the best figure selection I've ever seen. And it is overall absolutely awesome. I love this one. I have a review for this if you want a full in-depth look. But it is really nice, and I really, really do like it. Now, let's move into the next one of that wave. So, next up, our LEGO Star Wars build is the AAT. Now, this one I actually had some pretty high praise for, back when it was way more hyped up to get. And, a lot of people like this, such as Solidbrick Studios. A lot of people really like this one. And there are some problems with it, and I'll discuss those right now. So, I was pretty blindly loyal to this set. Because it was cool, we got our first Ahsoka minifigure, we got the 332nd Trooper, that was great. Now the sole reason to get this set is for that little helmet right there. See that little one, that orange one? Because the torso comes in the 501st Battle Pack. Ahsoka, which is a figure I have problems with, and I'll get into in a second, that comes in the Duel On Mandalore. And those 2 droids, they're okay, they're the right tank pilots. They're just nothing exciting. You get those in other previous Kashyyyk sets. Now, with the build, obviously the cannon is just so gigantically long. It should not be anywhere near that size. The build is entirely out of proportion. The bottom half is great. I love the bottom half. But, the top half is just oversized by a bajillion miles. Not fantastic. If you don't mind that, then that's fine, but that doesn't look great. The build is not the best. Now, I want to take a look at the figure. So there are a number of problems with this Ahsoka. First off, obviously the head tails. First off, they're too large, which is not great, and it just goes for the Ahsoka minifigure. Same one with the Duel On Mandalore thing. I don't get why they use the large ones. I don't really know why. But even if they did use those, I'd be fine with it if they actually put the headband all the way down. They've done prints all the way down on the figure with the previous Ahsoka. I don't know why they couldn't do it here. Now, next up, I don't understand the blue eyes. That doesn't make sense to me. And finally, I feel like they should have been dual-wielded arms or something for the arms, just because she does have, a brace that goes almost up to her elbow in the show. And it really feels kind of desolate and plain. With the Ahsoka Trooper, obviously, that looks great. But this little helmet here is the only reason you'd want to buy this set at this point. Because you get all these other figures somewhere else much cheaper. And this helmet is just kind of expensive, and I hope they do a 332nd Battle Pack in the future. But that is why this set is severely got downgraded, in my opinion, especially with the new, one with Greef Karga. That comes with 3 Stormtroopers, and Greef Karga, that is a much better value than 2 minifigures and 2 droids. The next set is the Mandalorian Throne and Vault. Now, this is a $20 set, and obviously now it's 20. It'll probably go down to 14, 15 later on after Black Friday. Only $10 short, or $4 short actually, of the 501st Battle Pack as of now, which is kind of crazy to think about, because you get 6 minifigures or 2. But besides the point, this is going to be specific. If you want an Ahsoka and Maul, this is the best way to get both of those bad guys from the Clone Wars Season 7. You get a new Maul, which is fantastic. Obviously, there's a cheap way to get the Ahsoka, if you are a fan of that, which I am not, but, if you need an Ahsoka, I 100% get it. The builds themselves are a little lackluster, especially in terms of, features compared to other dual sets. Even the Duel On Mustafar, you get, this little pistol area. You do get the vault, which is great. I do like this little sticker piece. And, you get an area to stick Maul in. And then you do get the little feature where you can throw them all out the window. And that is all fine. It's mostly stickered. It just feels so small. There was so much missed opportunities, I feel, with this set. They could have done so much more. They could have, a little spinning feature or just something. But it's really a boring type build. For $20, I think it's not a fantastic deal. For $15, absolutely. Once this is on sale for $15, everyone go get it. But it is an okay value. Obviously, the main point of this set, I feel, is to get the Maul and Ahsoka minifigures. Now let's move into the next one. Next up, we have the LEGO Star Wars Mandalorian Starfighter, obviously around 60 bucks, as we mentioned previously. And this one is a pretty great value. Obviously, it's standing on that little iDisplay stand. And yeah, so first off, figures. You are getting our very first of our Bo-Katan, Gar Saxon, and this Mandalorian Loyalist, which is fantastic. Let me get a closer look at it. Now, these are just fantastic. Obviously, this is our first Bo-Katan minifigure. She's appeared in Rebels, Clone Wars. There was rumors of her being in the Bad Batch. I don't know if that's still going to happen. And there's also, she's in Mandalorian now. And I think this is a great minifigure, especially for the first interpretation. It's printed a little far down, so you might want to wait for the second batch to come out. And then we also do have Gar Saxon, which was a figure I was not too excited for once I saw it, because I thought that the pointed parts, that like these eye areas, they should have been more pointed. But other than that, it looks great. I love the new mold. This is pretty perfect for him. Better on him than the armor, that's for certain. And then you do get this guy, who was actually a big surprise, and nobody was looking forward to him, but he looks really cool, and I'm really glad LEGO took the, ability to just do that instead of throwing a cheap 501st Trooper or something like that. They took the time to make a new Mandalorian, which I'm really appreciative of. Now, this is great. Obviously, that's a huge factor in this set, getting Bo-Katan and Gar Saxon. Now, I do want to take a look at the set quickly. Now, there is one major flaw with the build, and that is the way that it sits. Obviously, you can lift these panels up, and it does not sit entirely well. It's a little hard to tell, but the angle it is on is not great. This is a simple fix by adding these two bricks. Now, the reason that they didn't do that in the set, the reason that they didn't do it to make it look more level, is because when you want to rotate it, which I'll demonstrate, it would obviously, as you spin it, it would hit, and you obviously couldn't move the wings, which is why they didn't include it. I wish there was some sort of like flap out mechanism, but without that, you could just spin around the center, which is not a huge fan of. I much rather prefer spinning around the actual wings around the center. So like if they built this as a solid structure, and then, you can move that around, and then obviously you'd move these up like so, which is nice, but it's a little bit weird. You can't, like in the advertisement, it even says you could do this, but obviously it doesn't hold up that way. But that is the Bo-Katan's Mandalorian Starfighter. Now here is the next set, and this is obviously more Bad Batch centered. So if you want to make this Clone Wars accurate, you're basically going to pull out this one and this one. But obviously I'm going to leave those in there. I would have liked to see, obviously, the other version of Echo, but that is the main Bad Batch version. And this is a great value pack for $100. First off, you are getting two speeders, which is fantastic. You are getting those two boys. You are getting that one that is in the same style as the 501st speeder, and you're also getting this green one, which is great. What I would have rather seen them do is make an individual set for like $20 that was like a speeder set, and in that you could have included, say, Crosshair, the Imperial Crosshair, you could have included the new Echo, and you could have included, say, Omega, and then with a $80 or $70 Bad Batch Shuttle, you could have done, Wrecker, Hunter, Tech, and the original Crosshair with 4 figures, and if they wanted to really squeeze in the old Echo, they could have. And Gonk Droid, obviously, somewhere in there too. And then you get the build. Now, there is one major flaw with the build, and I would really like to display that. And this major flaw is if you would like to go pick it up, you could grab it by the fin, and it just grabs like this. So you can't go pick it up like normal, like a normal ship. You have to, you grab it by the fin, and it just kind of falls, which is not great in the slightest. I really, really wish that they did, something that you could hold it, it would grip better. And that is my major complaint with it. The wings are fine. It folds up and down just fine. But that is a major flaw. There's also very little interior space, but if you want a full review, I'll give you to that in the card. Now, I want to show you guys what all the figures look like together, because it looks really cool. So here are the bad guys versus the good ones. Obviously, I did leave out Ahsoka, Echo, and Crosshair, because we did get duplicates of Ahsoka in this wave, and obviously that version of Echo and Crosshair were not in the Clone Wars, but the rest of the Bad Batch were, including Gonk Droid, who is in that season. No, I absolutely love the look of them all together, especially the Bo-Katan minifigure and Ahsoka, along with the 332nd and 501st. That looks really great. We're adding Bo-Katan to the new collection. And then, obviously, I love, love, love the way Darth Maul looks with Gar Saxon. That is really cool. And, say if you have even old, Gar Saxon Mandos, that would be great. And hopefully, one day they will release the battle pack.
for the Clone Wars Season 7. Maybe next year it will be 2 Clone Wars Season 7 battle packs, or Bad Batch battle packs, and we'll come back to this video and remake it a little bit. But yeah, obviously this looks fantastic. I love the minifigure selection. Again, you would throw in, say, Crosshair on the bad guys if you really want, and you could throw Echo in on the good guys, and, you know, I'm still going to leave Ahsoka out because that does not look good. But yeah, other than that, it is a fantastic wave of minifigures.
So now we're going to be talking about the values of each set and, you know, what you should buy if you have a certain amount of money. So I'm going to start off right off the bat if you have $50. Now, I would do 25, but that really limits you, and if you have 25, I'm honestly just say buy the Final First Battle Pack, $24. That's an easy comp. Now, $50. This one's a little tougher, but I would easily say Final First Battle Pack, in pretty much all of these, is going to be a must. You are getting a fantastic value, as I explained earlier. You're getting 4 absolutely beautiful clone troopers and 2 battle droids and 2 builds. It is one of the best valued LEGO Star Wars sets, period, that I can think of in recent memory for a $30 set, other than battle packs. But it is really good. And now you would also get the Ahsoka versus Maul set. Now this is the only other one that would really fit into the budget of that. If you could say go $10 over, I'd say you could get the AAT if that's something you're interested in. But with this one, you will get all of the clone troopers, and you will get Ahsoka Tano to command them, and then you could have them, say, assault Maul, like, if you want to play around with that, which is pretty good, and the Maul figure is a nice exclusive one, and you're still getting Ahsoka to lead her troopers into battle. Maul can technically fight with the droids, and I think that's just a great combination of sets, and I'd really like to see that. That's a great $50 purchase. Now, next up, you're going to ask, what do I buy with $100? Now, some people might say, hey, go for the Bad Batch Shuttle. Just go all out, buy the one set. And I think that's a reasonable, thing to do. But I would say what I would go with if you had, say, $100 is I'd say Mando Starfighter and 501st set. Now, there is a reason for this. I think the Mando Starfighter is great. And on top of that, it goes alongside really well with the 501st set. I think if you just, angle it the right way, you could have, like, the blues, going with each other. You do get Gar Saxon. He could, again, lead the 2 droids. And I think that's great. It's a great area to get, again, 4 501st Troopers and Bo-Katan, and you get this free Mandalorian loyalist. It's not free, but it's basically in there. And I think that's just a great combination of sets. So if you have $100, start Mando Starfighter and the 501st set. If you only want to get Clone Wars stuff, that is a perfect thing for you. Now, next up, what would you do with $150? So this one, I'd say Bad Batch Shuttle. Bad Batch Shuttle is one of another greatly valued set. You're getting 5 exclusive minifigures from all the main characters from the new show, minus, obviously, Omega. But you're getting pretty much every other main character, which is fantastic. You get a decent build. I'm not a huge fan, as you guys know, of the way you can't really pick it up by the fin. That's not great. And then I'd also say, on top of that, get the 501st Battle Pack. You are getting a fantastic value there. Let me just tell you. You're getting 5 minifigures from the Bad Batch, and then you're going to be getting 6 from this one. So you're going to be getting 11 minifigures. You're getting the Walker builds, the 501st build, and you can even have a 501st go against or fight alongside these guys. Obviously, they come with Gonk droids and battle droids too, which is great. You get the extra little speeder. The 2 speeders will go well alongside each other, and I totally recommend that. I'm not going to say double up on like 501st Battle Packs. Like, if you have $150, buy 5 501st Battle Packs. I'm not going to do that, but I think that's a great combo if you have $150. Now, if you have $200, it's going to get even a little more dicey. So first off, you're going to want to get the Bad Batch Shuttle, obviously, and 501st Battle Pack. I've already explained why. And then, out of all of these, out of the AAT, the Darth Maul's, duel, I'm going to say you get this Mando Starfighter. Again, in that you're getting the Bad Batch, you're getting the 501st, and you're getting Gar Saxon, Bo-Katan, and this beautiful ship. This ship is fantastic. You'd have a hunt down the Bad Batch. You could have the Bad Batch hunt down them. It really doesn't matter. But I think, again, that's a great combo. You could probably get an AAT and then Ahsoka's, but if you had to get between the AAT and the Duel On Mandalore or this one, I'd say get the Mando Starfighter. Just go pull out on that one. That is what you'd spend if you had $200. I know I'm being a little rough on my AAT boy. If you obviously have $250, I'd say just get all of them. They're great. I'm sure many of you, if not all of you watching this video, have the 501st Battle Pack and AAT. I don't know if everyone's gotten the chance to get the new ones yet, but I know certainly for a fact pretty much everyone's gotten those. So now, I am going to be coining this the Clone Wars Season 7 wave. We have gotten a load of these things. They are all on shelves right now. And, we haven't gotten any real Clone Wars wave in a while. And I'm just kind of combining these just because it looks cool. Now, there is something missing from this wave. And I've been talking about this for months. I've been playing this video for months. The thing that is missing from this, I feel, is the Captain Rex's blue Y-Wing. I feel they could close the book on the Clone Wars in LEGO, once they make the Captain Rex's Blue Y-Wing from the end of the Clone Wars Season 7. Now, this said they could do something along the lines of having Captain Rex, because he is a missing character. You get every main character from the series finale. You get Ahsoka, you get Maul, you get Bo-Katan, you get Gar Saxon, you get 332nd Troopers, you get 501st Troopers. All of those. The one you're missing is one of the ones that we have not gotten in the longest time, and now the figure is going for $200, but this would be Captain Rex. LEGO needs to make it Captain Rex, is without a doubt, and on top of this set, or this particular ship, has been even in the Bad Batch, so even if it's licensed as a Bad Batch set, I'll count it as a Clone Wars set. But what I'd love to see them do, have this Blue Y-Wing, same kind of style as Zori Bliss's. You can include Ahsoka, Captain Rex, ARC Trooper Jesse, and a 332nd Trooper. That would be the perfect set, and the last set I feel to finish off the Clone Wars. Now, a lot of you guys are going to say, yeah, studs, I would absolutely love it if they did a gunship playset. I would too, believe me. I would absolutely love it if they did an AAT, or ATT, for this wave. I would too. I would absolutely love it, and I think that would be great. But LEGO has made those for the Clone Wars, and I do not think they are essential in the same way the Captain Rex's File First is. Because that one would get your main characters, the two ones that really didn't show up, obviously in this wave, that I would love to see. A few figures I do feel that we are missing out on slightly from the Clone Wars Season 7. We are missing out on Anakin Skywalker, which we did technically get in an Anakin Starfighter, which some people licensed as a Clone Wars set, but I hesitated to put it in here just because it didn't feel right. You didn't really see that build in the Clone Wars Season 7, but you did see it in the Clone Wars, so it was a little difficult, but I decided not to put it in here. Obi-Wan Kenobi would have obviously been great, but he did not have a huge role in the season. Obviously, I don't think the Marquez sisters really need to be made in LEGO. That was more of a random LEGO or Clone Wars art. And then I would have also obviously liked to see Jesse and Vaughn and Prime Minister Almec. It would have been fantastic to see. Even Rook, the Mandalorian, that would have been awesome. But those are not essential in the way Captain Rex is, which is what he is the main thing missing from this wave, which is really disappointing because we haven't gotten him in 8 years now, which is really sad, and I want the new generation of LEGO Star Wars fans to have the ability to get a Captain Rex minifigure. Now, with that said, I hope you guys all enjoyed my analysis of the LEGO Star Wars Clone Wars wave. It is pretty insane, but I'm going to ask you to smash that like button if you enjoyed. I will see you all in the next one. Remember to peace out and stay awesome.